Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Astros, and I'm here to talk about Game 4 of the World Series, where the Astros win 5-0 over the Phillies behind a combined no-hitter. So the news, before we get on to the game, which is the channel hit 1,000 subscribers. And the fact that 1,000 of you guys have watched me, have listened to what I say, and not immediately gone, oh, he's out of his mind, and left is amazing. And I genuinely say this, not as just for anything, it's the total truth that I feel in my heart of hearts. I am so eternally grateful for you guys, because I'm not in an area for any of my teams. Right, I'm not used to just walking around where that team is common. Hanging out with you guys, talking with you guys about the games, about the streams, like during the streams, doing all of it. It makes me feel like I'm there. It's the feeling of community, and I am so grateful to you all for watching and interacting, commenting, sitting in the live streams with me, hanging out with me. It feels like yesterday that I was upstairs in that small little room with the AC fan basically blowing directly onto the mic, phone/camera ajar, with no notes, with this here whiteboard, I'll bring her out for the thing, as my only backdrop. And you guys stuck with me. And we've now hit 1,000. And I can't believe it. I want to do stuff with 1,000 subscribers. I want to do probably a desk tour, and I think it would be a lot of fun to do a reaction video to the first video and maybe the first recap. Possibly both of them I think would be fun to go back and watch them, because I will never claim that I make perfect content now, but I know for a fact I made very unperfect content then. So from the very bottom of my heart, to every single one of you from the first to the most recent, thank you. And a massive thank you to Solo Thought Sports, who, after coming into the live stream to hang out, OG viewer of the channel, went over to his own channel and campaigned to get some of his people to come on over and help me hit to the 1,000 mark. My good sir, I couldn't have done it without you. Shout out to you. Caps off. And now, to the game. Oh boys, I'm gonna bring back an old phrase that I haven't used in a couple of months, because you need it for a game like this. The Astros following up one of the most embarrassing, maybe the most embarrassing postseason loss in our franchise's history with a no-hitter is on brand! Biggest part of the story for the game is undoubtedly the no-hitter, started by Christian Javier, who was absolutely magnificent. This wasn't just he got outs. He dominated the Phillies lineup tonight. 6 no-hit innings, a pair of walks. It was really 1 walk and 10 strikeouts, but you know, lovely officiating makes it 2 walks and 9 strikeouts for the final line, with 11 swings and misses, 3 hard hit balls. Christian Javier, I would say the best start in postseason history for the Astros. At least the best World Series start in Astros history, without a doubt. Christian Javier dazzled when the Astros needed it most. Guys, he got his chance to be a starter this season. He can never, not for a moment, not for a split second next season, go back to the bullpen. He is a bona fide starter, and more than that, he is a bona fide stud. One of the best expected ERAs this season in the sport. And so far, all he's done in the postseason is have a gem in Game 1 filling in for Verlander, a gem against the Yankees pitching a shutout in the Bronx Zoo, and now starting a no-hitter against a team that was red hot for your Astros, who desperately needed someone to give them a sign of hope. And Javier did that in incredible fashion. Then you bring in Bryan Abreu, who continues this postseason to throw nothing but gas. Strikes out the side in the 7th inning. Nothing. Fantastic. Fantastic from Bryan Abreu, who's been amazing this season. He's been even better in the postseason. He's not allowed to run yet in the postseason. He's amazing. Rafael Montero comes in. gets a strikeout in his inning of work. Montero has also been absolutely fantastic. You know who else has been fantastic? Ryan Presley. Gives up a walk. He got worked pretty well in his inning of work for the bottom of the ninth, but he got out of it with no hard contact. Nothing really of note. Got a strikeout. Finishes off the no-hitter for Javier, which he's almost accustomed to at this point. Like, it's now happened twice. Remember the Doofenshmirtz meme of, man, if I got a nickel for every time a puppet had put me to death, I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Sorry for that wretched impression. I don't know why I said that all the way through. But that's got to be Ryan Presley after this point, right? Like, he's finished off 2 Javi no-hitters. And the best part of how utterly dominant the Astros pitching staff was tonight, the Phillies have absolutely nothing to hang their hat on. Nothing from this game. There is no moral battle to be won with this. The Astros lineup, our pitching staff, kicked them up and down the diamond. They had 4 hard hit balls tonight. I think 1 over 100. They had an expected batting average of .081. They have nothing to hang their hat on. They have nothing that they can say, hey, well, you know, at least we did blank. They have no hits. They had no incredibly well-hit balls. It never felt like they were getting robbed. They were just making these weak nothing outs. And this steals any shred of momentum that Philly had, which the Astros just so desperately needed to rip away from them. So the Astros offense was pretty solid. Don't let people tell you otherwise. They had a lot of foot traffic tonight. But the big inning, obviously, the 5-run 5th inning, starts with my center fielder, Chas McCormick, getting a base hit. Altuve gets a base hit. Pena gets a base hit. The bases are loaded. Yordan Alvarez steps up to the plate. The Phillies feeling scared with no outs and bases juiced, make a pitching change. They bring in Jose Oliverdo, and he hits Yordan right in the end. And my favorite part about that whole thing was that Yordan didn't even, like, wince in pain. He just started to smile like, hey, that's a run. Alex Bregman, with 2 strikes, mind you, turns on a 100-mile-an-hour pitch, extra bases the other way. The first time that a 100-mile-an-hour pitch has been hit for extra bases in World Series history, by the way. That scores another pair. It's 3-0 Houston. Kyle Tucker gets a sac fly. It is now 4-0, and Bregman, savvy, tags up, moves over to third. Yuli Gurriel with a base hit. He gets to come home, and it is a 5-0 Houston lead. Yuli would also steal a base, which I think is funny. People want to say the Astros offense was, only good for 1 inning, and I just disagree with that. We had 10 hits tonight. There was foot traffic in a lot of innings of this game. We came out early. We had a base runner in the first to prove that we were, going to show up, which was nice. But we had a lot of traffic before and after the 5-run inning. But that was the big thing tonight, was the Astros absolutely dunked on the Phillies tonight. And that was what was big for me. Because last season when the Astros went down 3-1 and had the Game 5 where you ended up winning in Atlanta, that was too little too late. But it also just wasn't that impressive of a win. It was a win and it was good, but it wasn't convincing. It wasn't dominant. It was just a win. This was soul crushing for the Phillies. This was, their fans are leaving the stadium with multiple innings left. Humiliating. This isn't a get irritated game. This was a get sad game, which is exactly what the Astros had to do. And they did it. So a dominant winning Game 4 to even the series, and the Astros look for the series lead tomorrow night. Justin Verlander on the mound for the Astros, looking to finally get that World Series victory, looking to flip the script, looking to finally exercise the demons that he has that haunt him, versus Noah Syndergaard for Game 5. 8:03 Eastern, 7:03 Central. I'll be here after the game to make a recap, and I'll be here during it for the live stream. But that's all I have to say for the evening. So if you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day, and as always, go Stros.